scorched earth inside the halls of the United States Congress. Biden family associates let it all fly. And it was not good for Joe Biden, for Hunter Biden, the Biden family in general. What they proved was Joe Biden is most certainly the big guy. They most certainly proved, in my opinion, that they were operating an influence peddling scheme that stretched across the world, that Hunter Biden was most certainly the bag man, and they were enriching the Bidens by using the family name and the influence that Joe Biden wielded as both vice president and as a potential presidential candidate. I want to go through some of the testimony today. You had Tony Bobulinski and another associate testifying before Congress. Let's start with Nancy Mace going right after both of these witnesses. It really is an amazing exchange when she lays out the crimes. Watch.
Mr. Bobulinski and Mr. Galanis, you both stated you were told not to use Joe Biden's name in communications, correct, Mr. Bobulinski?
Correct.
Mr. Galanis?
Yes.
Okay. Did Joe Biden participate in phone conversations and meetings with Hunter Biden, his business associates, and foreign interests, yes or no? Mr. Bobulinski?
He clearly did.
Okay, Mr. Galanis, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. In Hunter Biden's deposition, he said he did not involve his father in his business. Did Hunter Biden lie under oath, yes or no? Mr. Bobulinski?
Yes.
Mr. Galanis?
If that's what he said, yes, I will be
Okay. Is Joe Biden lying when he says he did not interact with Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, their business partners, or forward interests? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Galanis?
Yes.
Did
the
Hunter
Biden
Biden
family
receive
make
money
money?
from Chinese
Correct.
business interests? Mr. Galanis? Yes or no?
Yes, he was.
Okay, thank
yes,
you.
he had economic interests, and yes.
Today, we've established Joe Biden lied about interacting with Hunter Biden's business associates. It is my belief Joe Biden is the closer for Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, and their business associates and foreign interests. Good luck to the left proving otherwise.
Well, I don't think the left can. Joe Biden is the closer, may be the quote of the day. She went through it rapid fire. Now, during this impeachment hearing, these witness testimony, they laid out a lot of evidence as well. Jim Jordan got to the heart of what everybody really wants to know. When we saw that email, 10% for the big guy. Is Joe Biden the big guy? Roll it.
Mr. Bobulinski, who's the big guy? Joe Biden. Are you sure about that? Because when
Jordan, Joe Biden.
You're sure?
I'm 1,000% sure.
1,000% sure that he's the big guy. Why? Well, the other witness spelled out how Joe Biden was involved in conference calls, how he was on text messages, how he was involved in meetings, restaurant meetings, meetings in hotels, that wherever a deal was going through, that he was going to push it over the quote finish line. I'll play you that soundbite in just a little bit. He explained the value of Joe and Hunter Biden. Listen to this.
So it was we'll call it relationship capital that he brought to the table, not financial capital.
Relationship capital,
economic value to the business.
Relationship capital that you described as the Biden lift. What was the Biden lift?
Biden lift was simply Hunter's access to his father and his father's power and prestige in influencing the growth of a financial services business.
So that's called the Biden lift. You figure out what that means. I heard there were times where they were filing invoices with companies for no work done and money coming in to this slew of shell companies. We know the checks flew to the Biden family members from Jim Biden and Hunter Biden and others through these shell companies, then distributed to other Biden family members. That, too, was laid out on numerous occasions inside Congress, not just today, but before that as well. So how involved was Joe Biden? Because, look, we all know that Hunter Biden was creating all of this stuff. But the big fish is Joe Biden, right? How involved was he? Listen.
I recall being with Hunter Biden and Devin Archer at the Peninsula Bar in New York, where Hunter took a call from his father and told him things were going well with Henry's Allen Harvest and that he might need a little help getting across the finish line. It was not the only time I heard Hunter speak with his father for business reasons. I was present when Hunter called his father on May 4th, 2014 on a cell phone, put it on speaker mode to have him say hello to Yelena Baturina, a Russian oligarch and an investor in Rosemont projects, and her husband, Yuri Luskov, the former mayor of Moscow.
Remember her? The $1 million payments from the former mayor of Moscow's wife? He just named her there. This is direct witness testimony. They directly witnessed this interaction. This is about as damning as it gets. When I say scorched earth, I mean scorched earth. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to ask about text messages and what they all meant in the Biden family enrichment scheme.
It just says the Chinese want to do business with the Bidens. As a matter of fact, it says both coming to be my partner, to be partners with the Bidens, with an S. He, Zhang, has implied that the number one has made it clear and available to him. Who is the number one?
The number one is Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping, the president of China? Yes or no? The leader of the Communist Party, the CCP?
Yes.
Is the number one?
Yes, that's the number one that Hunter was referencing in that message.
Now, you tell me if having anybody associated with the Biden family, much less Joe Biden, the kingpin of all, at the helm of the United States government when they're literally entering business deals with number one, Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party, you don't think this is a national security risk? You better absolutely believe that it is. Just to play you a clip of what the left tried to do today. It didn't work. But this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, cut 7. Roll it.
Did you witness the president commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is the crime, sir?
You
specifically.
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption statutes.
Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category.
Yeah, it's a category of crimes, and RICO most certainly is a crime when you charge someone under RICO statutes. Now, let's not forget about the number one crime. He admitted it on tape, saying, I'm going to go over there. We're going to get the prosecutor fired in Ukraine while his son is working at Burisma, the company that benefits from no investigation instead of a prosecutor that's investigating his son's company. That's the end of the story, but there is so much here. We wouldn't know a lot about this if it wasn't for the Hunter Biden laptop, right? The laptop story that social media suppressed, the mainstream media suppressed. Only conservative media tried to get this out thanks to people that spread the contents of the Hunter Biden laptop.